Right, third one. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Aim Small. Today we're going to have a bit of fun. I don't know what the result is going to look like. I didn't test it. So this is a learning curve for me and you, so please don't bite off my head. I'm here to try something new today. As you know by now, this channel ain't sponsored. Everything that you see I either bought myself or I bought it myself. But today I'm in the fortunate position to say that my dear friends at pelletgun.com, they actually supplied this Nova Vista to me a couple of months ago. I've been testing it, I've been shooting with it, and I don't intend to give it back. So you might see that as a sponsorship then if you want to, because I'm keeping it. On top I've got a nice little Discovery scope, that doesn't matter. And then the nice camo dressing on this side, this was done at Lappies at PCP's in Kroonstad. Thanks Lappies for the nice wrapping on this gun. It just looks absolutely awesome. It's got a little bit longer cylinder on just for a couple of extra shots in the shot count string. But further to that, this gun is standard. So what I'm going to do today is two things. First and foremost, I'm just going to shoot a grouping to show you guys how accurate this gun is with pellets. And the rig is at around about 115, 120 bar currently. The hammer spring is quite loose at this stage. It is perfectly tuned for these pellets. But I've got slugs. So what I'm going to do is, at the same settings, everything exactly the same, I'm going to run some different slugs through the barrel, see if I can find anything that groups. It will be at a very slow speed, and then I'm going to up the speed a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can do this in three batches. First and foremost, the current one at 125 bar or to 115 bar, then up it all the way to around 140 bar, tighten the hammer a little bit, give it that little bit more punch in that, and then the final round at around about 170 bar and the hammer quite tight, because I want the maximum power out of this gun to see if I can't get the slugs to shoot. Alright, unfortunately I am all out of 21 grain sluggies from H&N. I've only got a few left. I'll see if I can shoot them, if there's enough for 3 batches. The one challenge I face is that every time you put a different slug or pellet through the barrel, it needs time to lead in the barrel a little bit, and also the regulator and the hammer need to settle down. So I need to shoot at least 5 shots before I can shoot the grouping on target. On target I'll give you guys 5 shot groupings there. On the second scenario, I've got the FX hybrids at 22 grain. Now unfortunately I haven't been able to find any gun that can shoot these guys straight, so I don't have a heck of a high expectancy today either. But I'm going to try them nonetheless. I hope they're going to fit in the magazine. If they don't, I've got the single loader here. And then I've got some unknown slugs here. These guys are untested currently. They're about 21.5 grains. Between 21.5 and 21.9 grains. So it's a 0.4 grain variance there. But I'm not too worried about that. This is going to be my third slug for today. So this is not about the slug. Please, this is not about the accuracy of the individual slug. This is all about, can the Nova Vista Behemoth, or Air Venturi as you know it in the Americas, can this gun be set up to shoot slugs accurately? My range today, I'm at a private range again. All the necessary equipment and safety procedures has been followed. The flags are up in the front. Nobody can get into this venue at all, so it is totally safe. And from that perspective, I'm gonna do the testing today. So hang in there. Let's see what happens. Can I tune this gun to shoot slugs? It's been a while since I shot with the Nova, so let's give it a rip. 10 shots with the JSB, 15.89 grainers. I've got the Kroonstad there in the front. Let's see at what speeds they are and what type of groupings I can get. Yes. 19. I love this gun. The first shot was a little bit high. After expected, it stood in the house for more than a month before I fired a shot. So the first one was slightly high. Regulator settled down to about 820 feet per second, and Bob's your uncle, spot on. 800. Oops, second group wasn't as good as the first one, but still good enough for me. Alright, let's go and swap targets quickly, put some fresh air in the gun, and let's see what the slugs do at the same settings. Alright, So that was quite easy. The Behemoth loves pellets, specifically the JSP's 15.89 grain in this scenario. That fly hunting that you see, that was the regional test, and I didn't fill the gun properly. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into the 140 bar settings. That's so typical of Murphy. The last round I did not refill before I shot the slugs. So it was totally off the regulator and I saw the drop in speed. So gun filled up, regulator now at 140 bar, hammer spring tightened a little bit. I'm going to shoot 5 JSP pellets just to check the speed, to see what is the difference between the 110 bar that I had versus the new 140. How much did it increase the speed on the pellets? Sorry, I'm laughing. First shot, 1,000 feet per second. So going up from, and I double checked now, the regulator was the 100 bar, up to 140 bar. 1,000 feet a second with these 16 grainers.
900.
Oh wow, look at that grouping.
81.
Average 981. Alright, regulator settled in, hammer settled in. Let's load some slugs. Right, I'm going to shoot the hybrids first. This is the FX hybrids. Now, I haven't seen these in the market in quite some time. I think I know what the reason is for that, because they're not accurate. Alright, let's see what they do. Oh, they load terrible. Alright, way high. Let's go a little bit lower. Oh, alright. Looks like the FX Hybrid Slugs has found the barrel that it likes, the Behemoth. The last 5 shots was quite decent at 860 feet per second. Quite slow for a slug, but still, I love the results. Who can argue against that? Alright, let's go over to the 21 grain H&Ns, see what they do. Now again guys, this is not about the slug, this is about the gun. Don't kill me for this.
800.
Ooh, that was
98.
right low, very, very, very low.
800. 86.
Right, point of impact shift, massive. Let's see if I can aim correctly for the bull.
$881.
Alright, so I got 4 of them in under an inch grouping, which is not too bad. Average speed around about 881 with the H&Ns. Let's see what these other babies can do. But first, I need to fill up the gun again. Gun is charged. Let's try another slug. Let's see if I can find the correct point of impact. And let them rip.
$881.
Can't seem to find the point of impact. Let's try one last thing. Alright, it didn't like those 21.5 grainers. Okay, it's going a bit faster than expected. Let's up the power to 170 bar and see if we can't push these slugs at 900 plus feet per second. Tighten the hammer spring a little bit off camera, push up the reg, see you in a minute. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Those FX hybrid slugs, my greatness, what a great grouping. In under a 3/4 of an inch, not too bad, at an average speed of 865 feet per second, not too shabby at all. The H&Ns, they were a little bit round and bound, but the 21.5 grainers, my greatness, I battled to see where the gun was shooting them and nearly gave up until I finally found a little bit in it, but nope, don't like that speed. At 880 feet per second, way too slow for those slugs, but I can't get over those FX hybrids. My greatness, this is the first time I got any type of decent accuracy out of these slugs. Maybe there is a barrel for them after all. Alright, enough chit chat, let's go over to the 170 bar setting and see if we can do any better. I'm almost too scared to go for this. Regulators at 175 bar. Hammer spring maxed out. Let's see what happens. First, I'm going to shoot the FX hybrids again. I'm first just going to see if I can find a point of impact. It's been quite difficult to spot where these guys actually hit. The one thing I must add is that the FX hybrids are the ones that the bolt closes the tightest on. So it might be that they are slightly bigger than the box says. I think the box says it's 217s. I think these guys are quite close to 218s, even might even be 219s. They are a very tight fit in the breech. Right, so the FX hybrids performed a heck of a lot better at a slower speed at 920 feet plus. I got a hell of a lot of up and down movement in that, but the shot count is quite consistent, so it's not the velocity out of the gun. It can be that the hybrids just don't like that speed. They like the slower speeds. Alright, where am I for power? Right, let's see if I can get another 5 shots out of this gun. Going for the H&N 21 grainers.
900.
Right,
16.
The last 2 shots were off the rig, but there was nothing to sneeze at. It looked like it wanted to start grouping, but at that speed, not much to sneeze at. Alright, let's try the 21.5 grainers, but let me put some air in the gun first. Alright, a lot better than the previous 2, but 1.5 2-inch grouping at 30 meters. Alright, one more slug to go. I'm going to shoot the 23 grain H&Ns in the next one. So this is the heaviest of the slugs. These are 217s. I'm just going to check what they do, and then I'm going to fiddle around with the gun off camera, see if I can't get any of these slugs to group a little bit better by fine-tuning the gun a little bit. So hang in there, I'm almost there. Nope, that didn't work either. Alright, back to the drawing board. Let's see if I make a couple of finer adjustments, if I can get the slug to work. At this stage it looks like the 21.5 grainers didn't group too bad at this speed. I'm going to make 1 or 2 minor tweaks, and then if I get it right, I'll show it to you. If I don't get it right, thanks for watching. Talking about the little gun that could, I managed to pull out 42 foot-pound energy out of an Avenger. Can you believe it? My greatness. And I'm certain if you've got a little bit of engineering, you add a plenum to the setup, even a small one, you'll be able to push them a lot harder. Out of this, bit of success with the H&N 21 grainers. The 23 grainers opened up a little bit. The unknown slugs was a surprise. That's just over 1.5 inches at that speed. Maybe with a little bit of fine tuning we can get it better, but at this stage, I don't know. Well, off camera, I tried for about 4 hours, and this was the result. That was a bit disappointing. 4 hours of fiddling away, and I had to detune the gun again to get any type of grouping. Tried all bits of fine tuning, hammer spring tension up, down, regulator up slightly, down slightly. Went back to the FX hybrids at 870 feet per second and, well, got in 1-inch grouping again. So you don't have to run everything at a massive speed. If you find something that works at a speed, stick to it. But I wasn't done yet. My ego was shot to pieces. I had one little try left in me. I finally got something to group again. But, lo and behold, it was those same old JSBs. At 880 feet per second this time round, regulated around about 110, 115 bar. But wow, why do I want to waste time in finding a slug that suits this barrel if I've got a pellet that is perfect? No need to go chasing around. Hello, pellets. back to my old faithful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
That's all, folks.